Hello everybody and welcome to the Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course for the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series O'Reilly Auto Parts 150, another race on NASCAR Heat 5 2023 Mod Career Mode, Season number 4. Story of the race is Caden Honeycutt is your pole winner for today's race here. Of course, we are racing our number 1 Top Golf Toyota TRD Pro for Tricon Garage here today at Mid-Ohio as we try to pick up our third Craftsman Truck Series win of the season and our third start. Our other two starts were at Daytona and Eldora, where we both picked up the W's there. Already working by our teammates of Dean Thompson and Tony Bradinger into turn 1 here, being aggressive, trying to make some moves, work our way up into the top 10. Now working alongside the 25 of Dawson Sutton, who runs in the 8th position here at Mid-Ohio. We catch up to him and the 19 of Jack Wood. We do a nice, solid, clean pass there. 3 wide by Jack Wood and Connor Zilich in the 7. Now using up Andres Perez a little bit in the 2. As we continue to work our way forwards in this race, now battling for a top 5 position with the rookie of Andres Perez de Lara. And right in front of us now, as we take that position, is Ty Majeski 4th, Ben Rhodes 3rd. So we get into this heavy braking zone. We go way too wide. They're a little too deep in the corner. Off in the grass we go. I mean, such a hard corner here at this track to get right. Seems the AI always perfect that corner, but you as a player always struggle here through that corner. So we'll see how we can improve that throughout this day. So we get back around Perez, so we're back in the top 5. Few laps later, we go way too deep. This time we get into the 99 of Ben Rhodes, who spins. There goes the 99. Ben Rhodes spinning behind us. Big problems there. We got a little over aggressive. And now on the last lap of the stage, we're going to come across to finish in 4th, earning 7 stage points. But your stage 1 winner is going to be Stuart Friesen and the number 52, Ty Majeski 2nd, Caden Honeycutt 3rd, myself 4th, Andres Perez runs at your top 5, then Connor Zilich, Ben Rhodes, Tony Bradinger, Dawson Sutton, and Dean Thompson, your stage 1 top 10. So another playoff point for Friesen. And we are in a solid 7 points to start the day. Obviously, it doesn't matter to us at all. We're here for the win. That's all we're here for. Now we get a brilliant move through turn 1. Use the curb to our advantage. 3 wide pass for the lead. Going by Caden Honeycutt. Stuart Friesen. Later that lap, though, we go way too wide off in the dirt. Going the final few corners of this course here. We're trying to lead this lap, but Caden Honeycutt can get back around us on the outside, but we get aggressive. A little bit of contact with the 45 truck of Honeycutt, who's been very impressive this season. Of course, leading the points right now, your defending Truck Series champion, trying to go back-to-back. We'll get around Honeycutt, take the lead away, and we are now leading at Mid-Ohio late in Stage 2, trying to hold back Ty Majeski, and now it is about time for a scheduled pit stop cycle. So now we're coming in for our final green flag, our 1 green flag pit stop here in Stage 2. For some reason, though, if you heard what the crew chief said there, they're going to penalize me, so I got a 15-second penalty, even though I was not speeding whatsoever. I don't know what that was for. So we come out in 30th, and the caution comes out with Jake Garcia, who is right in front of us, just blew an engine. So Garcia's done, and Grant Enfinger is going to pick up the Stage 2 win, followed by Thompson, Majeski, Connor Zilich, and Caden Honeycutt at the top 5. Then Ben Rhodes, Gio Ruggiero, Brett Moffitt, Jack Wood, and Ankrum in the top 10. So Stage 1 went to Stuart Friesen. Stage 2 goes to Grant Enfinger. And we are back at it here, restarting in 7th after staying out or coming in, pitting for just fuel only under that last caution flag for Jake Garcia in the end of the stage. Which allows us to still restart in the top 10, keep our track position. We give Ty Majeski a big shot into turn 2. Move the 98 completely out of the way. Into 2nd we go, being very aggressive so far. Now chase down Grant Enfinger in the next corner. We completely dump the 9. An absolutely boneheaded move there to the heavy braking zone. Once again, I was trying to push it as hard as possible to try to stay close with Grant Enfinger. I completely dumped him, took the lead away, drove away, and now we're coming in for our scheduled green flag pit stop here. So we come in for our pit stop, 4 tires and fuel. We currently come out scored in 5th place, battling Dean Thompson for 4th with Caden Honeycutt right behind us, as it looks like it's down to Ty Majeski, Connor Zilich, and Ben Rhodes right now for the win. As the pit cycle did not go the way we wanted it to, neither did that incident with Grant Enfinger, so now we're just fighting Caden Honeycutt for 4th place here. With a couple laps to go here, we will now clear Honeycutt, move into 4th place. Now a few laps later, your leaders are in the pit lane. Ben Rhodes, Majeski, and Zilich don't have enough to go to the end. 2 to go, and we are now leading here at Mid-Ohio, trying to pull off a win on fuel strategy here at the Mid-Ohio. Can we pull it off here as we go through the corners? The white flag in the air. Final laps of my current make. We're coming to the checkered flag this time by. We are going to have just enough gas to win at Mid-Ohio and steal this victory in a shocking turn of events. And now we're going to burn it down in celebration on the front straightaways. We are 3 for 3 in the Craftsman Truck Series this season already. As what a turn of events here. We pick up the win at Mid-Ohio because we pitted 1 lap later than everybody else in that final stage pit cycle because we took a little extra fuel at the stage 2 caution, which allowed us to have enough to make it the last half lap pretty much out of gas and win this race, which was a race we did not deserve to win at all. I made some absolutely stupid moves, especially wrecking Grant Enfinger. That was totally my fault and a complete bonehead thing to do. Now we're going to head to victory lane to celebrate with the crew before we get a talking to post-race. So here are your final Craftsman Truck Series race results here. Of course, we pick up the win. Ty Majeski comes home in 2nd place. Ben Rhodes, a strong run in 3rd. Dean Thompson, one of his best finishes of the year, in 4th. And Caden Honeycutt rounds out the top 5. Matt Mills, Grant Enfinger, Stephen Parsons, Jake Garcia, and Gio Ruggiero were the top 10. So Garcia able to continue after that weird issue at the end of stage 2. So he's very fortunate. Connor Zilich had to pit on the last lap or else he would have finished in 2nd. Ends up finishing back in 12th place after having a really strong run. Not the finishes that Andres Perez or Corey Day are looking for down there at the back end of the top 20, or Friesen down in 23rd. By the way, we get the win on fuel mileage at Mid-Ohio. We're 3 for 3 in the Truck Series, but after we completed that race, the game also simulated the Truck Series race at Phoenix. So Ty Majeski picked up the win at Phoenix, his first win of this Craftsman Truck Series season. Caden Honeycutt was 2nd. Another good run from Ben Rhodes in 3rd. Tyler Anker and Grant Enfinger rounded out the top 5. Lane Riggs, Tony Bradinger, Matt DiBenedetto, Connor Hall, and Corey Day rounded out the top 10. Rest of the grid, Friesen finished 15th. Connor Zilich was down in 16th place. Andres Perez down 23rd. Of course, our truck did not start, and Thad Moffitt finished in 31st place. So a big win for Ty Majeski at Phoenix following my victory at Mid-Ohio. So that's 2 truck races down. Let's see how that fallout affects the Craftsman Truck Series chase grid with just 2 races remaining in the regular season, and Tyler Ankrum and Ben Rhodes hold the 2 wildcard positions. Ty Majeski, Lane Riggs, Grant Enfinger, Stuart Friesen, and Caden Honeycutt have all clinched their spots in the top 5 in points and have their win, so they're in no matter what. Mason Massey right now is still holding that 3rd wildcard spot with his win from Atlanta, and he looks to be in a pretty good spot on points to make the chase. Of course, Chase Purdy, Jake Garcia, Matt DiBenedetto, Andres Perez on the outside looking in. Thad Moffitt, 47 points out, has his 1 win on the season, but 47 points away from the spot where he needs to be in points to take one of those wildcard positions. So that is your Truck Series summary. Now the Xfinity Series was also in action here at the Dover Motor Speedway, where it was Justin Allgaier finally getting his first win of the season after leading the points almost all season long. Allgaier finally gets his first win. It comes at Dover, beating out Jesse Love, Riley Earpst, Ryan Sieg, and how about Daniel Dye with a top 5 finish. Then Connor Zilich, Ty Majeski with a good 7th place finish. Raja Caruth and the Gray brothers round out the top 10. And then you see the rest of the race results there on your screen. Corey LaJoy bringing it home in 17th. Not to finish, William Sawalich was looking for down in 34th. So Justin Allgaier gets his first Xfinity Series win of the season at Dover. And now we see updated Xfinity Series point standings with 3 races to go in their regular season. Allgaier, Love, Zilich, Earpst, of course, have all clinched their spots in the playoffs on points and with their wins. Ryan Sieg, Carson Quaffle, Daniel Hemrick, Ryan Truex are all looking very comfortable. Even Taylor Gray and Connor Mozak, the top 10 seem pretty set right now, barring anything crazy the last 3 races. And then Brandon Jones and William Sawalich right now have those 2 wild card spots pretty much locked up, with Jeremy Clements really needing a miracle if he wants to find his way into the playoffs with his win from Sonoma. And he's still got Sheldon Creed and Raja Caruth on the outside looking in. So a lot of action from the Truck Series and Xfinity Series, but in the background we've been practicing for today's main event, the NASCAR Cup Series Worth 400 from the Dover Motor Speedway. Who is going to pick up the victory in this crucial race late in the regular season? Also, our in-season tournament semifinals. Alex Bowman, former Dover winner from 2021, puts it on the pole position. And the 84 7-time champion Jimmy Johnson starts at the rear after changing his engine. So we're getting back underway. We're going to start this race from 5th place, our number 99 Degree Chevrolet. We had a great qualifying effort, and now we're already passing our in-season tournament rival Kyle Larson on lap 1, and we're 3 wide for the lead at the start-finish line. And it's such an amazing restart here in Dover. We are now in the lead on the opening lap of racing. We are leading the way here in Dover. A great start to this race as we try to drive our way drive away and find our way into victory lane for the 3rd race in a row, but Chase Elliott has other plans. Elliott to the inside, now taking the lead. Just a few laps later, Chase Elliott, now your new leader in Dover. He's gotten around us. Now we're really loose, bouncing off the wall down the backstretch. We save it. We slam the inside and outside safer barriers pretty hard, though. We got really loose as this run went on. I'll just wearing the right side tires out way too much and just sliding around. The handling really affecting us. We're down to 6th place now. Tons of cars going by us. Now we're down to 7th as Denny Hamlin goes by. We're still fighting the 3 of Austin Hill, who's had some really strong runs lately. And Justin Haley, who just shot on by there. So we're still 3 wide with Hill and Hamlin. Now here comes the 5 of Kyle Larson. Of course, we are battling in the in-season tournament. We have to beat Larson today if we want to have a chance in the in-season tournament finale next episode at the Brickyard 400 to win the $1 million bonus. And we squeeze Larson into the wall in turn 3 there after getting loose underneath Austin Hill. And the caution comes out right as Daniel Suarez was about to pass us. So we get back underway, restarting 9th. And once again, we completely cooked the field on the restart, already gaining our way all the way up to the lead. 3 wide once again for the lead, this time going into turn 1. And just like that, 2 restarts in a row. And we have driven into the lead on both of them. So we are once again our 2nd stint leading this race here in Dover, trying to hold back Chase Elliott, but we get a little too aggressive with our line through turn 3 and 4, hit the apron, wash up the track, and Chase Elliott now back out front once more in Dover with 9 to go in stage 1. I'm trying to hold down the fort in 2nd. I give Chase Elliott a huge shot right there. And in turn 1 and 2, trying to get back underneath them, and now Chris Buescher's underneath us, and we're going up into the wall. And we hit the 17, and we hit the inside wall again. It's the 2nd time we bounced off both the outside wall and then down into the inside wall when getting loose. And just like that, we slipped all the way down to 10th place now. Stage points looking less and less likely as this run goes on. We are now continuing to drop on the outside lane, now all the way down to 14th, 15th. Larson goes by us. Now we're down to 16th place. A disastrous turn of events on the long run here in Dover. And in frustration, I just dive bomb turn 1, door slam Austin Hill, slam the 3 into the outside wall. I'd say pretty much on the unnecessary side there, but some beef in this race between the 3 of Austin Hill and I, as we are just trying to survive at the end of the stage. We cross over Hill once again, really using him up now this last lap of the stage just so we can be scored in 15th, which we will as we slam him into the wall again out of turn 4. Christopher Bell picks up the stage 1 win over Chase Elliott, and then a trio of RFK Fords, Buescher, Haley, and Keselowski round out the top 5. Then William Byron, Zane Smith, Alex Bowman, Denny Hamlin, and Corey Heim, your top 10. So Christopher Bell wins stage 1 here in Dover. And we try to bounce back from a very, very disappointing end to stage 1, where we were definitely not racing at our cleanest, that's for sure, against Austin Hill. Now, turn 1 and 2, we are 3 wide with Kyle Larson in the 5 and the 6 of Brad Keselowski. A brilliant slide job right there to get by both of them. To see that, we're up to 13th, now battling the 2 of Chase Briscoe, as well as the 7 of Daniel Suarez, who's had a very impressive run today, staying right in the mix of the top 10 to top 15. Now we're going by Denny Hamlin and Ryan Blaney, 3 wide into turn 3 to get into 9th, but we open the door for Suarez, nearly 4 wide, and Suarez drives his way up into 9th place. What a move by Daniel Suarez. And now we are still trying to hang on to a top 10 spot here with Chase Briscoe, but now that we're on this middle line of the racetrack, we continue to get booted around and moved out of the groove, down to 12th. A few ups there, we've climbed our way back up to 10th now, trying to get by the 36 of Zane Smith for 9th, who's had a very impressive day today in his front row motorsports. Forward to the 36, blows a tire right next to us. Zane Smith with a tire failure, nearly collects us in the process, into the wall. He will go in turn 1, no caution. We stay green, and the great run Zane Smith was having comes to an end with a tire failure. And Denny Hamlin just moved us out of the way, so now we slip down to 10th position. Now trying to make a green flag pit stop, almost spinning, trying to get down to the apron and get it woed up to get down to pit road speed, barely wrecking there. Very lucky to not completely spin out and ruin our race right there. No speedings, no penalties. We come in for a normal 4 tires and fuel pit stop here. Hopefully get us out in a good spot to go compete to get some stage points as we short pitted everybody, pitting very early, which is always a big risk here. Whatever track you go in NASCAR Heat 5, because if a caution comes out while we're trapped a lap or 2 down here, our competitive day is pretty much over, as well as our in-season tournament hopes. So now we are currently scored 2 laps down. Chris Buescher is your leader. We just have to get by everyone, get back on lead lap, get back in the game. So we're going to try to do so now. Next lap, here we are going to be unlapping ourselves from Chris Buescher. So now we're back on the lead lap here in Dover, which is clutch, and we're passing a ton of guys on pit road. So we're going to go from being scored in like 36th all the way up now to 11th position, flying by Justin Haley. And we are now right in the conversation for stage points once again. 11 to go stage 2. We are battling Corey Heim in the 67-4 position. And now we're all the way up to 6th place, passing another 5 drivers on pit road, putting ourselves in a tremendous position. Corey Heim checks up here because of Priest and Kyle Busch coming out of pit road 4 wide into turn 3 at Dover. Does not end well. We squeeze Corey Heim into the wall, just being way too aggressive right there, trying to go for a gap, and a 4 wide pass at Dover does not going to work. And that causes as Brad Keselowski gets by. So we're down to 6, but big problems for William Byron, the 24 with problems. We completely almost spin out on the apron. Use Jesse Love kind of as our wall right there to save us from wrecking. So apologies to Jesse, not what we meant to do there. And Christopher Bell looks to have won stage 2 as we're going to bring it home here in 5th position, a much better stage 2, earning 6 more stage points to our cause and our already monstrous points lead, as you almost have the regular season title locked up already. So Christopher Bell is your stage 2 winner, sweeping the stages today in Dover. How about Daniel Suarez in 2nd, Chase Elliott, Brad Keselowski, and I run out the top 5. Then Justin Haley, Denny Hamlin, Chris Buescher, Austin Hill, and Corey Heim, your top 10. So now we're back underway in stage number 2. Restart 7th. Another brilliant restart. Just like that, we are once again going to be in the conversation for the lead here on the restart. 3 wide, and we are now back in the lead. Leading the way here early in the final stage. Now a few laps later, we've been caught by Chase Elliott once again for the 3rd time today. 33 laps to go. Chase Elliott's going to weasel his way underneath us, move us way up the racetrack there as I tried to throw a block, but Elliott was not having it, moves us out of the way. RFK takes advantage as well. Haley and Buescher go by. A few laps later, here comes Christopher Bell. We slid down to 5th place now as seems as soon as the run starts to go on, we start to struggle. We fell all the way down to 10th place, racing our in-season tournament rival Kyle Larson, trying to make it down to pit road. We slide, completely spin, and then we're going to be called for speeding on pit road. A huge mistake there is going to completely take us out of contention for a top 10 finish and possibly eliminate us from the in-season tournament here unless we get a caution after this pit stop cycles out, which it's doing right now as we drive our way up from 36th this first time by pit road all the way up to 26th. So we gain 10 spots that time by. The ensuing lap now we're going to jump up from 26th all the way up to the 18th position. Scored as the last car on the lead lap right now. So we need a lot of help here in 18th in Dover. Now a caution would be great, and we're going to get our wish here with 15 to go. Chris Buescher, who is leading the race, blows a tire, crashes into the outside wall, and gets hit by Eric Jones, and then drives back in front of Jesse Love. And Chris Buescher's tire failure is a golden opportunity for us. We come down for 4 tires and fuel, and we are back underway with just 11 laps to go in Dover. Everyone's going to have enough fuel and tires to go to the end of the race now. It is just going to be an all-out fight, and Brad Keselowski is leading this race, trying to get his first win and punch his ticket into the chase. And now we're battling Chase Elliott, Justin Haley, and Christopher Bell at the back end of the top 10 as we see the 5 of Kyle Larson. That is the agenda right now. Beat the 5 of Kyle Larson and advance in the in-season tournament. 10 laps to go. 3 wide dive bomb on Chandler Smith, trying to get by Larson, and we do. We are now alongside Larson, squeezing him a little bit. Now clear the 5. We're up to 4th, down to 3 and 4. We keep the momentum rolling. Now passing Alex Bowman for 3rd, and just like that, we are in contention for the win here. 8 laps to go in Dover, and we are now working to pass Denny Hamlin for 2nd position as we try to chase down Brad Keselowski to get the lead and possibly win our 3rd race in a row. And now 6 to go. Now we make the move on the inside of Brad Keselowski. Here we go. The battle for the win is on. Is Keselowski, and I believe Christopher Bell. Bell to the inside, 3 wide. Moves me up the racetrack into Keselowski, and Christopher Bell with a power move takes the lead. And I give him a huge shot as I tried to get underneath them, just didn't have enough room. And Christopher Bell is gone here in Dover, and Keselowski and I are still scrapping it out for 2nd with just 5 laps to go here in Dover. My desperation going to cost us. Here comes Denny Hamlin now going by. How about Daniel Suarez in position for a top 5 for Spire Motorsports? Would be his best finish with that team. As we were trying to hang on to 4th, and now we were starting to slip back again. Really loose through turn 1 and 2. There goes Keselowski back by us. Justin Haley now. We're slipping down to 6th place. Chase Elliott, the next car in line to pass us here, is Christopher Bell well on his way to what would be his 4th win of the season already, be our chief championship rival. White flag in the air, final lap is on our Credit One Bank here in Dover. I send it, trying to get back to Chase Elliott for 6, crowd him up out of room. Big mistake there. I have to do a huge lift in the middle of 1 and 2, and especially with Kyle Larson starting to battle his teammate Alex Bowman for 8th and chasing us down here. We got to hold on. But out of turn 4, Christopher Bell wins at Dover in dominating fashion. Win number 4 for Christopher Bell on the season. And we are going to hang on to finish 7th and beat Kyle Larson by 1 position to advance to the in-season tournament championship, where we will face Chase Elliott. As here are your final race results. Christopher Bell sweeps the stages, wins the race in an absolutely dominant performance. Daniel Suarez, season best 2nd place finish. Denny Hamlin 3rd. Great day for RFK. Justin Haley, Brad Keselowski, both in the top 5. Chase Elliott 6th, beats his in-season tournament rival Reddick by 10 spots. We are 7th, of course, beating Larson by 1 spot, who finishes 8th to advance. And then Alex Bowman and Ryan Blaney round out your top 10. See the rest of the grid there. Solid runs from Austin Hill, Corey Heim in the top 15. And down to the rest of the grid, William Byron, Ross Chastain struggling. And then Chris Buescher DNFing with that tire failure with 15 to go while leading. Heartbreak for him. So Bell picks up the win. Here's your updated playoff grid. Just 5 races to go in the regular season. We, of course, are already well locked in with 9 wins. Bell has 4 wins now. He's looking really strong. All the same guys still above the cut line. Not much change. Just Joey Logano's gap shrinking now to just 7 points above Tyler Reddick. Justin Haley, Brad Keselowski now within 21. Ryan Blaney, Bubba Wallace, Ross Chastain pretty much about a full race out right now to try to find their way into the chase. Should be a very interesting battle to the end of the regular season, even with Corey Heim now just 6 points outside the top 20 in points, which would allow him to be in the chase, taking the wildcard spot away from Justin Haley. So a big win for Christopher Bell. Now you look at your in-season tournament bracket. Of course, we beat Kyle Larson by 1 position, and Chase Elliott beat Tyler Reddick pretty handily today. So we will battle Chase Elliott in the in-season tournament championship at Indianapolis Motor Speedway, the Brickyard, next week to determine who's going to win the Brickyard 400 and who's going to win the in-season tournament. Should be a fun one. And, of course, the winner of the tournament gets $1 million as a bonus for their success. So it should be very intriguing, the battle between Chase Elliott and I next week. And Christopher Bell got the race win here in Dover. And as we end this episode, as always, we're going to give a special shout out to our channel members. Thank you very much to Brenda Brian and Jeremy Isley. I really appreciate your guys' support. It means a lot to me. Helps this channel continue to grow and produce some awesome content on our road to 1,000 subscribers. If you're ever so close, recently eclipsing 960. Let's keep the train rolling. Those of you that are watching and are not subscribed, please do subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. Only takes like 2 seconds. Completely free. Really helps me out a ton. I appreciate it. If you're becoming a paid channel member, link is in the description down below. And until next time, I hope you all have a good one.